here we go. And then there were 6 teams left.
Yeah.
Two sweeps. Lot of downtime. It's great for me because I can focus on like one game at a time and stuff.
Mm.
No more late game series for sure. That should be fun. Although tomorrow or 2 days from now, rather, game 6 is in Minnesota at 9:30. So that should be fun. Can't tell if that's Eastern. No, that looks like it's Eastern time. Um, anyhow, Diego,
Mm.
welcome back. Hope you've
What's
been
up?
doing well. Talk to me about what you think of these playoffs and a little bit about your weekend or this week so far.
Uh, this weekend, what did I even do this weekend? It was a chill weekend. Not really doing too much of it. I washed my car at this new car wash place I haven't been to before. Donated some clothes. Just a chill weekend of like not doing anything too crazy, not having any crazy plans, hanging out. I haven't said it on the pod. I co-parent 2 cats because they live with my girlfriend and not and we live separately. So I'm like co-parenting.
Did they wish you Happy Mother's Day?
They should have. Maybe they did. I didn't see the cats on Sunday, so I don't know. I can't prove that they did or didn't to my girlfriend. They didn't say that to her, but they should have. It's a good thought. Um so yeah, I take one of the vet 'cause he's just drinking a ton of water. I mean just be chugging water for real, but
I have
yeah.
that same problem. I hear you.
Yeah. Just you like to drink a lot of water. Or you mean
If I go 20 minutes without drinking water consecutively, I feel like I
yeah,
need to chug like half a liter.
it'd be like that.
Especially from like March to May
Mhm.
or like September to November when those weather changes happen. Like it hits me hard.
Interesting.
I feel like I'm just dehydrated, but I
Yeah.
can tell I drink enough water if you catch my drift.
Yeah.
So yeah, like go to the bathroom. I have all the indicators that I'm fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I don't know. I think it's just a family trait for me because like everybody's like drink water a ton and I'm like
Huh.
whenever I go to school, like I feel like I would be the only one that drinks so much of water and like even in meetings, like I'm always carrying my water bottle around. Like that's a necessity.
Yeah.
Not
It
my
really
notebook,
is.
not my laptop, but water.
Water is important. Yeah, same for me because I'm taking creatine to try to get huge. Trying to dunk at some point. So slowly working towards that.
Trying to be Terrace Reed from UConn. Okay, I got you.
Not Darius Reed. I'm trying to be athletic. I'm not trying to be a refrigerator. So
Speaking of which, I loved seeing the Bulls hitting top 4 in the lottery. That was like
yeah, it's
crazy.
big.
I would have been like, how awesome would it have been to have the first overall pick in Chicago and have all
True.
these conspiracy theories and like how Chicago rigged it so they got the first pick.
Yeah.
Um, I'll tell you what. I've been watching a little bit of Caleb Wilson and trying to. I think I'm gonna make it a goal to watch like one player spotlight from the draft just to get a sense of like who are all the play. I've seen the playoffs. I know the top 3 projected,
Yeah.
but
Hmm.
I gotta tell you, the Bulls get Caleb Wilson. That's like a match made in heaven
Yeah.
because I've been looking for a big that can defend point guards. And
Hmm.
we'll get into this in the playoffs, but like I think the difference makers are if you can guard the shooters in the spaced out game.
Yep.
Because if you
Yeah.
watch San Antonio play, if you watch what New York was doing, Oklahoma City, the
Hmm.
mismatch hunting is just crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And if you don't have bigs that can defend that, you're toast. You're
Yeah.
not guarding Steph Curry on an island successfully. You're not
Hmm.
guarding all these like large volume scores successfully because the name of the game and the half court offense just comes down to matchups. And
Yeah.
they're gonna seek out the big because the big is arguably a
The
harder
weakest.
guy to conceal on defense in this league.
Hmm.
And you got to be able to find a way around it. So um,
Yep.
I don't think Caleb Wilson would have that type of problem. I would love him for the Bulls particularly,
Yeah.
but that's just me.
Yeah. He seems like a good defender. Um. Yeah. He definitely should be there at 4 because the top. I think he's in a lower tier than the top 3 guys, just because of I don't know. His offense leaves a bit to be desired. He can't really shoot.
But some people think it's the second best player in the draft if he's fully healthy. So you don't know, like
yeah,
maybe some of the you see how these lottery teams work, right? Some of them just pick
yeah.
outrageous. What did we do when we were at 4 last time? Guess who we picked?
Patrick Williams.
So you never know. Like
Yeah,
you could be the Wizards to be like, oh, okay, screw DeBonsa, I want Wilson because
that
I
would be
can't trust
crazy.
AD. Um, I don't know if they would actually do that. That'd be absurd.
Yeah,
But can I rule it out? Not necessarily.
yeah. We'll see. I mean, yeah, wasn't Patrick Williams was drafted in 2021, right? So I guess the what's it called, the bubble or COVID
Just
had
don't
a
name
good
his
amount
name,
of it.
man. I called him the DK Metcalf of basketball, and I was
Yeah,
super. I mean, maybe it's fitting now, but like I don't know. Like that's just
yeah. Who knows?
frustrating.
But yeah. So playoffs are looking interesting. It's just so crazy the complete difference. I think both of these other series, the Spurs are probably not going to 7, but they're going 6 or more. And depending on how the Pistons do right now, the game's about to start. Oh, I really hope it doesn't go to 7. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, let's start with the sweeps. Last night,
Yep.
the Thunder just closed out the
Yeah.
Lakers in
Sad.
like crazy fashion. That was a I'll admit I was asleep at large portions of this game, but I was awake at the fourth quarter. You know
Yeah.
why? That LA crowd, that
Mhm.
entire game, I don't think sat down once.
That's real.
I don't think they sat down once. It felt like a game in Oklahoma City. Like
Yeah.
with the amount of volume in the fans, you could feel the fans from the TV. That was just crazy. And I don't know how OKC overcame it, especially late in the fourth. That
Mhm.
was a down to the wire game, and that was just a great game to watch for the time I was awake. But
Yeah.
um, I think the one thing that stands out, your boy, AJ Mitchell. I've heard some people say outlandish takes like, is Jalen Williams the second best player in the Oklahoma City Thunder because of what Chet and AJ Mitchell have been doing this playoffs?
Yeah.
Talk to me about like how impressive the Thunder have been, and are they primed to make it to the finals
I
once again?
think the most impressive thing for the Thunder is that you really have to debate right now, is this team better than last year? And obviously there's experience for Shea and Chet. Chet is looking infinitely better. I heard on a podcast he's shooting like 97% in the paint in the playoffs in 8 games. Like that's crazy. It's 90 plus for sure. But yeah, the fact you have the fact so Chet got better. Shea got better, even though in this series it wasn't as good because they were always doubling him. You still have Caruso, Hartenstein, and instead of J Will or J Dub, Jalen Williams, the forward, because he's still injured. You have AJ Mitchell, who has just popped onto the scene and is playing amazingly, like comparably to Austin Reeves, to a guy who doesn't make a lot, but will be making a lot this summer. Someone who might make almost, I don't know, let's say 16 times a year what AJ Mitchell's making right now, at least. It's just wild. So I think the Thunder are even scarier than before, which like I've said, I want the no repeat champion streak to keep going, so I'm kind of sad about that. But yeah, man, they look just dangerous. They look almost unstoppable. I mean, the Lakers weren't at full strength, but they even if they were, I think this would have been 5 max because the Thunder are just that good, and Chet is looking amazing. So yeah, it's a real question. Which OKC team is better, last year in the playoffs or right now? I can't tell you.
I mean, the thing that stands out is how much the Lakers had doubled
Yeah.
Shea and like forcing
Hmm.
to make decisions, and how like AJ Mitchell will be left wide open. Then the
Yep.
other Jalen Williams, who was healthy, will be left wide open for a three because LeBron decided to take away the 3-point shoot immediately.
Hmm.
And they just had no hesitation. They
No,
just they were not scared of the moment, especially in high
not at
stakes
all.
situations. They were fine. And guess what? They're in the lottery. I think they're picking 10th or 11th, or I could be
Uh,
or 14th.
12th
I
maybe.
think it's really far back in the
Yeah, it's
lotteries.
at the end of it, but it's still
But
something.
they're who cares? They're a great front office. They found AJ Mitchell.
Yeah.
They're just gonna find the next AJ Mitchell, and it doesn't matter. It's like next man up. Like
Hmm.
most most teams in the lottery will kill to have a second unit as their starting lineup.
Yeah, that second
But
unit.
OKC, that's what's wild to me. Like they were outscoring the Lakers like efficiency wise with when Shea was off the court, and
Hmm.
like they were increasing their leads. They were not holding it
Yeah,
together. Like that is just crazy to me. Like, but you mentioned the Holmgren. He was shot 22 or 23 from the restricted area over the 4 games.
that's
That's
insane.
really hard to do. Um,
Yeah.
like I
Well,
think
hmm.
um, he was a large factor to the Thunder hitting 53.4% field goal shooting on the series.
Yeah.
Really good.
Wow.
Um, AJ Mitchell, um, he he was we came to know what he's good at, the floater,
Hmm.
like
Yep.
9 to 17 from the floater. If you have that combined with the Holmgren's area in the paint, Shea's area of master the mid range, and then you
Hmm.
got your shooters around you who are hitting shots. That's a dangerous combination. And Shea was not great at times this series. Like he was 13 or 28.
Yeah.
That's not accustomed to what you're seeing for him and these stats regarding mid range. And like his breakthrough moment, 50% shooting. Okay. 35 points. Nice. But the thing that stands out too is like how unafraid. There's a lot of things in the Thunder, like Jared McCain,
Hmm.
9 to
Yeah.
16 from three.
I
Like
forgot
he
about.
felt like it was automatic. It didn't feel like 9 to 16. It felt like 14 to 16 every time he touched the ball.
Yeah.
Jason Wallace with the threes. I just listed like 5 or 6 guys who instantly stood out, and
Hmm.
they could easily be better without Jalen Williams hurt this year than they were last year because the depth is stepping up, and they didn't have
Yep.
this level of depth last year.
Yep. And I mean, just you have a shooter in Jared McCain who, yeah, you could say you had Isaiah Joe, but I feel like Jared McCain not only maybe makes less than Isaiah Joe, but he has infinitely more potential. And I think the Sixers made a terrible mistake letting him go or selling him high per se. But yeah, yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing what these Thunder are doing right now, and I feel like they're only gonna get better. So scary, and they've won 8 straight games. I think if the Spurs win, it's gonna be interesting. So it's gonna be a good series if that happens.
From the Lakers standpoint, obviously a lot of injuries that played a role.
Yeah,
Um, LeBron's legacy already takes a huge hit now because he got stuck at the Thunder. So now he's
sure.
moved down to number 5 on the list. Obviously, just
All
kidding
right.
on that.
Yeah.
But I mean, he went from being the third option for a majority part of the season
Mm-hmm.
with these circling injuries on Reeves and Doncic, just
Yeah.
untimely. Then Reeves came back, but ultimately LeBron was kind of shouldering the load at 41.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it was rough for the Lakers, but they did play really well. Marcus Smart had great moments this postseason. The guy I really want to highlight is Rui Hachimura.
Yeah.
I think he
Amazing
is coming
shooting.
into his own, and he has found like what is going to make him dangerous in this league, and that is a development like I don't think
Yeah.
any of us saw coming. Him being like almost automatic from three,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it stood out really clear. Like yes, Kennard, yes, Hachimura, yes, Smart played out of their minds for the Lakers. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a large discourse on like what should happen with Austin Reeves, what should happen with LeBron. Do you choose Reeves or LeBron? But if I'm the Lakers, I think the bigger problem is you need more than 8 guys on your team that
Oh
can
yeah.
compete at a high level. Because if we're even including Luca, like in this
Mm-hmm.
total team, you have Luca, LeBron, Reeves, Smart, Roy Hachimura, DeAndre Ayton, and Luke Kennard.
Yeah.
Those are 7
XG.
guys I could reliably depend on. But that
Mm-hmm.
was not enough against the Thunder. That was not enough against the Thunder, and
No,
it almost
not at
wasn't
all.
enough against the Rockets. Like you're gonna have to get deeper, better at the talent, and you got to decide like how you want this to play out because otherwise you're going to tax the 41, 42, 43, however long LeBron decides to play for the Lakers if he's playing for the Lakers next season
Yeah.
for that long, or if you want to use those assets somehow.
It's
It's
just uh-huh.
go ahead.
Oh, it's so complex because you have LeBron, and who knows if he could convince him to take a lot less. I think he's making like 50 mil a year, and you have Reeves who's going to make at least 30, 40 mil. That right there, your cap space is cooked, and almost every other player is on a year where they're going to be a free agent this summer. So what do the Lakers do? What is even the plan? Like I'm so curious because they said they're gonna wait for LeBron for him to decide what he wants to do. That's gonna hamstring you. You won't be able to get first bite the at the biggest free agents that will happen on July 1st. Now, two of the best ones are LeBron and Reeves, so that's an advantage. But still, who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen here? And yeah, it just shows you like they did this from the start from 2021. You lose in that next year after winning a championship, and then you're like, nope, we're just gonna go super team. Westbrook, get over here. And ever since then, it's been like, man, the Lakers are so shallow. They don't have a deep team, and they never really corrected it. And this is their chance. You have Luca, and now you have to make your decisions. And so, yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah,
I don't know what the right answer is here. If it was me,
I don't think anyone
because
knows.
it was me, I would just move on from LeBron. Not because of
Yeah.
my personal feelings on the matter, but LeBron, like, that has nothing to do with this. It's
Hmm.
more like he's 41,
Yeah.
and Austin Reeves and Luca played well for you. There were times where people were saying they look better without LeBron on the team
Hmm.
than with him. And what did you want to buy into that? Get more assets, build around it, and try to see if like Austin and Luca can develop their game on the defensive end in different ways to see if that would
Yeah.
work. But then part of me is skeptical that that will ever happen out of your main scorers. And that's two guys out of five that you have to worry about at that end of the floor. And it's
Hmm.
like, okay, LeBron was once a really, really good defender. He has
Yeah.
athletic limitations on defense now, but he is really, really savvy. You saw different moments where he's like reading plays and breaking up plays.
Hmm.
So he gives you that level and developing guys like Roy, Bronny, like guys on the team. He's proven to be able to do that. Um,
Hmm.
it's a very complex issue, and I'm not sure what the right answer is. But what I will say is this: the Lakers have something in JJ Redick.
Yeah.
The fact they were able to get to this point was pretty amazing. But at the same time, they can't be content with where they're at right now. They have to get better defensively,
Hmm.
and they need a sustainable big that's young. I don't
Yeah.
think Hayes or Aiden's the answer. Maybe Aiden, but Aiden's been so hit or miss.
Yeah.
You ride with him for a year. Like they need to find somebody like how I was talking about with the Bulls, like Caleb Wilson, that can match up with these
Hmm.
scores that are going to mismatch them. I think that much was evident. So
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're gonna make a run at Walker Kessler. He's a restricted free agent, so any deal, any offer that the Lakers make, the Jazz can counter. And if they just put the offer out, they get him. They get Kessler back. So
but what money?
I know
What
exactly.
money?
That's the biggest
They're
thing.
gonna have to make a decision on LeBron or Reeves if they're gonna do that.
Yeah, man. I don't know how hard of a bargain you got to drive with the goat to ask him to take less money. But if he wants to win in LA, that's what it'll take. And I think if Luca can come
Where do you
back,
think he goes if it's not LA?
bro, people have said Cleveland, and that'd be great. It's literally impossible because the Cavs are over the like they're the only second apron team in the league. They can't spend any more money. Now I don't know what type of wacky trade you have to do to make it work. I don't think you can. And so I don't know where else he could go. There were rumors he could go to the Mavs. That'd be great, but again, with what money? I mean, there's cap space to be made. I just have no idea. And I think a big thing
Golden
that
State?
yeah, I know
You still
I
Simon
heard that
home?
as well. Yeah, but he has to wait on a few things as well. If he wants to decide where he's going and to win a championship, you should maybe wait on what happens with Giannis. There's so many. It's so interconnected now, where it's so hard to just boom make a move right there and be confident that's the best move, especially with how everyone's thinking of it, thinking everything through, being as strategic as possible with these tighter rules. I have no idea, man. It's it's insane, but I'm just I'm happy that LeBron isn't retired yet. I remember in like 2023, he was at the ESPYS and he made it seem like he was about to retire. That was so traumatic, just for him to do that just out of nowhere. But anywho, yeah.
Yeah. Um, I'm like trying to figure out this light situation here
Oh, no
of
worries.
whatever. Um, yeah, I mean, it's I would have said Cleveland, but I don't know their financial situation. I'm not in the know about that, and it makes
It's
sense
tough.
given that they've invested a lot in Mobley, Allen, James Harden now, like trying to get out of the Darius Garland situation
Hmm.
that they did by making the trade for
Yeah.
Harden. Um, I don't know if Cleveland's the right answer, and I don't know if we want to go to a lottery team. That doesn't make sense to me either, unless it's
Yeah.
back to Miami. But Miami still has stuff they need to walk through. So um,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Very
I'm really stuck on
confusing.
this situation. So it's a weird one.
Yeah, I think even LeBron is, so who knows?
One tough move that the Knicks did, and it's seemingly paying off really well.
Yeah.
Mike Brown over Tom Thibodeau.
Oh, yeah.
They they've got past a very difficult series with the Hawks, which they would typically lose. Like
Hmm.
that's just what the Knicks would do. And then they go out and they sweep the Sixers.
Yep.
And what was a pretty
Easily.
competitive sweep in the middle of the series, but like very clearly, and especially in Game 4, Miles
Hmm.
McBride, like one of my
Yeah.
favorite like underrated stars, he just went
Hmm.
crazy from 3-point range. It seemed like how many threes did they end up hitting? Game 4, it
I
was ridiculous.
I saw like 3 or 4 in a row. I was like, and one of them, he had made two threes, and he gets the ball. No one's guarding him. I'm like, bro, if
It
I'm
was
Nick
terrible
Nurse,
defense.
yeah, like I'm yelling at whoever's guarding him to be. You got to be closer to him than his jersey. Like, come on, like you cannot. You have to be touching him at all times, bro. There's no way you give him any space, and he just gets a wide open three and bangs it. Like, yeah, it's tough. But the Knicks, I think, yeah, going with Mike Brown, like a lot of people said, he had Sabonis on the Kings in 2023 and made that a glorious offense that I wonder why it took so long to execute that with Cat now, but he became the playmaker and now the Knicks are unstoppable question mark. Like that's really scary for either of these teams playing right now. Can they match up with that? Can they play good enough defense to handle that?
25 threes. 25.
Made threes, 75 points off of threes. Of that was barely half of their points, just a bit over. It's crazy.
Seven from McBride,
Oof.
6 from Brunson, 4 from Hart,
That is
4 from
insane.
Shamit. Like
I saw him make a few too.
it's just ridiculous. That's what? 21 right there.
Yeah.
Like it was just 4 players, but it seemed like it was everybody.
Yep.
It's kind of crazy. Just kind of crazy
Cat
what they
Cat
did.
even had 5 fouls in this game, and they still.
I'm glad you brought up Cat.
Yeah.
That's been the biggest difference from Thibodeau to Mike Brown. Um,
Hmm.
you know how many assists he had for Tom Thibodeau playing in 18 playoff games?
Let's say 5.
24.
Oh, nice. But yeah,
Guess how many he's had in 10 games under Mike Brown this year?
53.
Higher.
Whoa, 74.
No, in the
Oh,
middle. 66.
that's still pretty. Yeah.
He had 10 assists in playing for like 20 minutes on Sunday.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah, I mean, just the way he's transitioned Towns being initiated from the offense has been like unlocking everybody. And I'll admit, I wasn't the biggest fan of the Towns acquisition at the beginning
Hmm.
because I thought Nas Reed was a bigger impact on the
Yeah.
Timberwolves and Rudy Gobert at certain parts, but Nas Reed was the one that you should have targeted as a big last year.
Right.
And like just the fact that when Towns and Brunson were together, like that was just a recipe of like you target these 2 players. Like
Yeah.
it is just yes, the foul trouble is still a risk, but like the
Hmm.
fact that you've unlocked this different offensive element out of your team to what you already have with Brunson, and then Mikal Bridges can occasionally be an initiator, but he's not really been that with New
Yeah.
York. It's kind of just been the Brunson and Town show, and then you got the pick and roll, and then you got the Brunson isolations. You got Cat taking mismatch advantages, and you got
Mhm.
Cat kind of initiating as a system.
Yeah.
This can work, and it's worked really, really well for the Knicks. Like they've been able to dominate teams, and they're seemingly morphing this offense in real time throughout the playoffs, which is kind of the best time to do it.
Yeah. Make adjustments, right? So it's just crazy how they flipped the switch and become a juggernaut, really, within it literally just happened in a game. I feel like Mike Brown might have said it, yo, Carl Anthony Towns post up on the elbow, boom, open layups off passes and everything, just amazing. So yeah.
Where do you go if you're the Sixers? Because arguably,
Yeah.
I
Where do
don't
you
think people
go?
saw them going much before the season started. And then at
No.
one point they were a top three team. And then all of a sudden, like injuries took their toll, and now they're seventh.
Mhm.
Like they
Yeah.
got a little good. They got a lot of good players, like in the starting lineup. But what's your read on the situation?
I mean, with Daryl Morey exiting the
Right.
team, so he wasn't fired, but I don't know, man. A part of me wants to just get rid of PG and Embiid. I don't think you can get rid of Embiid as in trade him. That's impossible. There's no way you can like Embiid is on this team I think till 28, 29. Like that's insane. And he's making over $50 million every year for a guy who cannot play more than 50 games. He's making more than $1 million a game. And it's like he's a great player when he's healthy, but he's never healthy. And it's I mean he had some comments in his exit interview that coming into the season he wasn't sure about how he'd be able to play, how his knees feeling, and now he feels better about it, which is good, but it's just so much money into two guys that aren't in your future. And a part of me, like Paul George made himself, I don't know about if some money because he's under contract for I think another year. Paul George played himself into possibly being more valuable somewhere else. And if you're the Sixers and you're Wiley like that, you might be able to make a trade with him. Maybe not for a big value now, but to get off that money to make a better move in the future. Because Maxi and Edgecombe are the future clearly, and it could have been McCain as well, but that's what you got right now. Justin Edwards is great. If you just keep Embiid and get another, you get a reasonable center, a reasonable backup center. You could again compete and do well, but you just need a. It's just so confusing, and I don't know what you get for Paul George, but yeah.
I'm not on that train yet. I think
If you want to do something, that's what you have to do. But I don't. You don't have to do anything. It's just so it feels like you're being
I
torn
hear with
in
Paul George,
ways.
like maybe you can get a lot of trade assets to build up the problem. It's basically depth.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
have a depth problem where
Mhm.
it's like, yes, I love those four. I would love them to be together,
Yeah.
and I half love Kelly Oubre. There's
He's
there's
been better.
there's some moments where he's a really really good defender. He's agitating, and there's like some moments where he's just like sinking the offense and sinking the team like stupid fouls, stupid turnovers, and like you don't trust him as an offensive initiator. And I would try to upgrade at the margins there, and then also like how do I upgrade the depth? Because
Mm.
that's where you miss Jared McCain. Like
Yeah.
imagine if you had Jared McCain instead of Kelly Oubre, you might sacrifice some things on defense, but
Mhm.
at the same time, your offense is that just more prolific, and it's like the team was not happy about trading away Jared McCain
Yeah.
or bringing in a player to replace him, right? And you have all this stuff going around like on the team, and it just helps you wonder what would it have been like if he stayed on the Sixers. But I think just looking at this team, I I struggle to figure out like who on their bench is like
Yeah.
viable to keep. Like I don't think they played Kyle Lowry like once this
No,
series. Right?
he's
He's been
done.
hurt, right?
He's retiring, I believe. So he's out.
Yeah.
Dominic Barlow's interesting as a 4, maybe
But there
5.
were times where like he was just a limiting factor too. Like I
Yeah.
love Barlow. Like
Yeah.
like just personally. because I know a lot of people have love for him. They played a pickup with him, but I think as far as just comparing him to his contemporaries in the NBA, I think he's relatively replaceable right now at this moment.
Yeah.
As far as just a backup in the league, I don't know.
Mm.
They just need to upgrade at the margin so they're 7, 8 deep. And this is not the first conversation we're having about this. It's a
Yeah.
theme we've been seeing since the Pacers and the Thunder of last year. You
Yeah.
need to the Sixers have a title contending problem, not a competing problem.
Oh yeah.
That's what it feels like to me. Because when Embiid gets hurt, what do you got? They're
Hmm.
seemingly figuring out that every single year, and you can't be in that
Yeah.
position. Not that they're starting to turn the corner with VJ Edgecombe, Maxi, and not being so reliant on Embiid.
Hmm.
But now it's time to how do we build an agnostic Embiid system
Yeah.
that's 6, 7 players deep?
It's true. So yeah, who knows what's gonna happen with them, and let's see what the new GM does. Could it be Bob Myers? He's working on the search right now for the new GM for them. So
I don't want to restrict it just to Barlow because he's been a really important player.
oh
But
yeah.
that's my main point is that's not enough.
Oh no,
Not enough.
it isn't that. I agree.
Okay. Alrighty. Just as a score update, I might
Yeah.
be 40 seconds behind you, but Cleveland was up by 3, but K just hit a nice
Midi.
jumper from the baseline. 22-21, game 5 in Detroit. Obviously, we know who you want
Oh.
to win, but
Yeah.
what are you making of the series so far?
Man, I saw a tweet. Saw a tweet yesterday where it said Jalen Duren is like losing money on his future contract, which he has to negotiate this summer, almost every game. And it's as if you're watching like a Sonic character that you're playing as get hit and lose coins because that's how bad he's playing. And in the last game on Monday, man, I saw him shoot. He caught the ball at the like ahead of the 3 point line, and he shot a deep two. I'm like, what are you doing? Just get in the paint, bro. Just get in the paint. He's just been playing so badly. They in this last game, they have so many mistakes coming out of the first half into the third quarter, and they just let Donovan Mitchell go off to score tied for the most points in the second half ever with a guy named
I
Sleepy
was
Boy.
so upset he missed that free throw. I was like, just break it.
Oh, really? I didn't see that, but
He had a free throw that would have kept him over at 40.
that would have been sick. But yeah, man, like it just doesn't just the way they're playing. Cade with the turnovers, Jalen Duren not being himself. Asar Thompson is just pissing me off because he's so not aggressive. And I've said this before, he's literally a hyper athlete and he can't drive because he's scared to shoot, which is valid because he can't shoot. But you're pigeonholing yourself into a Ben Simmons situation. And that is the last thing you want. Like you have to figure something out, man. And right now they've been playing a bit better, making a few more shots. K's hitting some threes. He still had some turnovers. But yeah, I'm I'm hopeful for the Pistons, but if what the Cavs have figured out in the last game, Strus is cooking you. Max Strus is cooking you. Come on, like that's insane. And what's his face? Why can't I think of his name?
James
He's a
Harden.
shooter. No, not James Harden's been in and
Oh,
out.
oh, I know who you are. Merrill.
Sam Merrill, he's been shooting. He shot the lights out on Monday.
Kind of an
Just
interesting standpoint. I saw is the Cavs are they're winning 75% of their games or something like
but
that with
all at
Merrill.
home.
And then without they're just a 500 team. I was like,
Yeah.
that is just
Oh, with
the
him,
oddest
yes.
stat I saw this week, if anything.
Yeah.
That I would not expected that.
Almost 3-1. Yeah.
But going back to Game 6, a 24-0 run in the third quarter was insane to me.
Oh,
And they were
right.
doing a good job at Mitchell, in the first half. They were doing a really, really good job. But
Hmm.
it just showed to me the epitome of the series of the runs.
Yeah.
Like what when Cleveland goes on Uh-oh, that is not.
Oh, he just rolled his ankle. He gets
Okay.
up.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice for spoiling it, Diego. I was like worried for the worst, but um, yeah. Uh, lost my train of thought there. But like
No
the
worries.
Cavs like 24 to nothing run in game 4
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
show me
tough.
that like they're fully capable of just going on these runs that are devastating no matter who's they playing. They have the offensive
Mm-hmm.
talent to do it. They got Allen, Mobley, Harden, and
Yeah.
Mitchell that can play out of their minds. But how often do we get that in this series? Depending on how
Mm-hmm.
often they're able to tap into that, they're winning this series.
Yep.
But if sorry, not Diego, Detroit, if Detroit's able to hold them off and limit them and just be
Yeah.
the defensive front runners that they have been all season long, they can get the 2 games at home because the Cavs also haven't proven they can win a game away from home this postseason.
Exactly. So.
So that's the one thing Detroit has going for them. But the other thing to think about too is even when the Cavs just like thoroughly dominated the second half of that game,
Mm-hmm.
I want you to watch the last 3 minutes of the game. Atkinson was so nervous, calling
Yeah.
so many timeouts at the end because Detroit was making a run. He was pissed. He brought the starters back in to make sure things were under control.
Mm.
And that is not the type of momentum you want to
No.
carry for Cleveland after such a dominant game
Win.
or
Yeah.
run. So we'll see how game 5 plays out. But I think the thing that's going to make the difference in the series is like which consistency the Cavs are going to get. Like
Yep.
the one that they can just overcome anything and doesn't just throw the stats away because Donovan Mitchell and James Harden are going to get cooking,
Mm-hmm.
or they're just gonna run into a brick wall as the Pistons defense and not get anything. It's either to me it's a black or white issue with the Cavs.
Yep. Yeah. Crazy stuff.
High note: Karis LeVert, 24 points for Detroit. Might have a
Yeah.
spark off the bench there, and Duncan Robinson when he shows up.
Yeah.
And
I think
Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris has been balling and
averaging
could
20.
be the reason why Detroit's in the second round to begin with, too.
Yep. Yeah. I think Duncan Robinson though he's out this game with some sort of injury, which is tough. Yeah. Big series.
Yeah. Last series to talk about Spurs and Timberwolves.
Gosh.
What did you think of the elbow? The legendary elbow.
I mean, you can understand it coming from Wemby getting frustrated. He's getting bodied up and whatnot. But right at some point, you gotta kind of regulate yourself and be like, sucks, but you just gotta keep going. And he let it. It's a first time in the playoffs type of mistake. But you can see in game what was that 5? The Timberwolves are still bodying him up, and he's just like, all right, you'll do that, and I'll score on you, and I'll dominate this game and take it over, and we're gonna win this handily. And that's what they did. And it's hard. It's hard not to see them win on Friday against the in Minnesota. Now Anthony Edwards gets 2 days off to rest and hopefully heal up and get better. I've been cheering for the Timberwolves because I know the Spurs are gonna get their chance to win a good amount of finals, and I'm not pushing that to be earlier than necessary, but I don't. They do have the best chance of beating the Thunder. So yeah, man. I don't know how the Timberwolves will win this series because they are on the brink and they've been on the brink before. They came back. What was it? 3-1, or no? They were up 2-1 against the Nuggets. I don't know, man. It's just tough without Anna at 100%.
And on
And
top of
against
that,
Wemby.
like as it is, Ant is like trying to get back. You
Yeah,
can't have Julius Randle going 2 for 12 through 3 quarters
you
in
cannot.
like the most important game. Like
Yeah.
he finished with a double double, 17 points, obviously, but you can't. That's the missing ingredient here. That's your only antidote offensively
Hmm.
against a Spurs defense like this. Like you got so many defenders you could throw at Edwards. You got Vassell.
Yeah.
You got
Just
Stephon
bodies.
Castle. Like
Hmm.
there's so like Dylan Harper's been balling out crazy as well. Like the Spurs are just like Keldon Johnson. He's not afraid to
Yeah.
go yam on Edwards. Like he had one crazy dunk that just like lit up the entire San Antonio like city. It
Hmm.
was just crazy.
Yeah.
when you have all this going on, who's the guy that can quiet the crowd? It's Julius Randle. If he's not balling, they have no shot. That's just
No.
what it comes down to me, especially with like and the amateur. I know Jaden McDaniels has been balling this entire postseason.
Mhm.
He's been
Yeah.
in some foul trouble. You can't count on Ruby Gobert from an offensive perspective.
No, not at all.
This series in particular, with this San Antonio Spurs team, it's on Julius Randle
Mhm.
to step it up here. So
Yeah. Yeah. Hope he turns into Stifulius Carandle and turns on, but it's I don't know, man. I think they might be done. And if you're the Timberwolves, it would suck to end your Western Conference final streak, but you're hobbled. You're so hobbled, and maybe they gotta inject Ant with
it's
everything to
unfortunate
have them
because
ready.
DiVincenzo would be such
Yeah.
an important factor in this series too. Just
Yeah.
unfortunate.
But I mean, even then, what can you do against Victor Wembanyama? Like, he's just so good on their team. He's just so
Well, I
good.
mean, normally for every other team, I would say yes. And Wemby's been crazy.
Hmm.
But I truly believe like Julius Randle initiating offense at the elbow because you have Gobert and because you have Ant and other guys and Jaden McDaniels as your main like attackers,
Hmm.
like Randall's your only solution. Because you're not gonna go and move Wemby over to Randall
Yeah.
because you lose track of the lob threat that's Rudy Gobert.
Hmm.
Because a mismatch for anybody else San Antonio tries to place.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to Wemby Cornet lineup, that's the only situation where it's like I could see Wemby being moved from Gobert to whoever,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Hmm.
but if you have Randall initiating the offense, I think the Timberwolves are especially equipped to handle that. But every other team, I would agree, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, like because Wemby could shoot from the outside. He
Right.
can have an impact on everything else. So
Yeah.
like, there's been times this
Defensively.
series where San Antonio's been up like 11-1 for like 3 minutes, and like
Hmm.
Minnesota can't buy a bucket to start the game. It's crazy. But
Yeah.
then Minnesota goes on runs where like suddenly you look up the score is 22-21. It's like how the heck did they figure it out? So I think with the Wolves itself is like they have to go by one specific formula. But
Hmm.
every other team, that's a main issue with Wemby.
Yeah. Yeah. Who knows? Who knows what they're gonna do? But I think, yeah, Spurs may have this one.
I 100% agree. I think not only that, I'm just observing the crowd in San Antonio and how they respond
Hmm.
to this team, and there's just a different energy. It's the same like if you go to Oklahoma City game, like you could
Yeah.
tell, like that home crowd has an effect. San Antonio's as deep as Oklahoma City, in my opinion,
Oh, for sure.
and when you have a combination of those and then you're as hobbled as Minnesota is,
Yeah.
and you're not playing to that formula,
Hmm.
I think it's the Spurs win here. It might go 7 to get there,
Yeah.
but I do think the Spurs will end up going to the conference finals as well.
Yeah. I mean, especially Minnesota with the pine tree jerseys. Ooh, and the court, just beautiful. I've seen on Twitter they're gonna make. I think those are gonna be their permanent jerseys in white, blue, and black. Ooh, it's gonna be so cold.
Yeah, I like their black jerseys personally, but
Yeah.
this will be it'll be interesting to see that. So,
Hmm. Yeah.
alrighty. I mean, before we end this pod, I can't gloss over it. I think the NBA community lost
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of players yesterday, and that was really surprising. The players and former players like
Hmm.
Brandon Clark,
Yeah.
Collins. Like I'm forgetting there's one more person too.
Oh, really? I didn't hear about
Yeah,
that.
I'm escaping me, and now I feel awful. But like, prayers up to those families, prayers up to those players. You never want to see that. I have
Yeah.
no idea what the cause was behind Brandon Clark's death. I've only saw the memoriam, like
Hmm.
moment of silence, and then just the quick
Yeah.
headline and Bleacher Report. To be honest, but just sucks to
It
see a guy
does.
that young like lose his life, and no longer be a part. I'm sure the teams are feeling it too, but like more importantly, it's the families to just want to pray his prayer out to them. It's
Yep.
never fun to talk about these
Yeah.
things. It's never fun to deal with them and deal with the ramifications, and then also like think about that possibility ever happening. So
Yeah.
it's been a rough one for the NBA community. So just hearts out to the players and their families.
Yeah, man. It's tough. For Brandon Clark, it's especially sad because he's been out. He hasn't been able to play for so long because he's had such
And did you
terrible
see
long
his rookie?
injuries.
He was a difference maker their rookie season. Like
He's
there was so
always,
many high hopes for him when like he played for the Grizzlies, and that's uh, it. It sucks to see the outcome
yeah.
after like the trajectory of his career started that way.
Hmm.
Um, so that's what makes it even more painful. But I, it's just a hard thing to talk about, and you just gotta lift him up in prayer and his family. So.
Yep. And hope for the best.
Alrighty, but let's get our spirits lifted up again
Yeah.
while honoring their spirits and um, keep watching NBA playoffs. It's been good so
Yep.
far. It's a 7-point game. Diego, I'm assuming you're rooting for the Pistons here to pull it out and end
Needed.
this
Yeah.
series at home eventually, or potentially in Cleveland.
That'd be amazing. It all depends on this game, and thankfully I've got the rest of the night to watch it, so that's what I'm gonna be doing here.
Well, Harris just had a nasty like layup package on Evan Mobley, so
Yeah.
and the floater too. So I think there's good signs for the Pistons.
Looks like
I just want to see a good series. I want the Cavs take it to 7, make Diego
yeah.
sweat it out a bit, and like
Nice.
get the
Yeah,
heart racing a little bit. But I just want a good series. So
that's
we'll
valid.
see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see.
Alrighty, guys. You know the drill. Follow us on Instagram at amon.a.mission.
Hmm.
Um, trying to turn off this timer here.
All
That's
right.
the Instagram tag. You see it. Full length
Yep.
videos are on our YouTube channel. Um, do what Diego says. Follow it.
Yep.
And hope you guys enjoy the playoffs. Until then, we'll see you next week.
Yep. See ya.